How you doing, guys? I'm Trent Sanderson, and you're on the infamous Living Realm Network. Thank you so much for tuning in. Divine powers are always working for us because we're trying to do right. How to have a self-identity. A self-identity is something that a lot of us probably don't think about on a day-to-day basis. We don't realize that we have created an identity for ourselves, but believe it or not, you do have an impression that you give off to others. You do have a self-identity. No, this is not a social security number. This is not your maiden name. This is not your middle name. Nor has it anything to do with where you work. No, it doesn't have anything to do with your job. It doesn't have anything to do with your status. It has to do with what you represent. It has to do with who people know you as. When people think about you when you're not around, what's the first thing that comes to their mind? Who are you known as? So it is very important that you create a self-identity for yourself. There are many prominent figures all throughout the history of the world who have made a name for themselves. Now don't get me twisted, don't get it wrong. It's not necessarily about making a name for yourself. It's about doing what you were created, what you are here to do. So you gotta ask yourself, what are you here to do? What are you here for? Who did God make you to be? This is what it's all about. This is what it means to have a self-identity. Now, you don't want to be the person who a job cannot hire. A job needs to hire a person who sells themselves very well. How can they benefit from you? What do you bring to the table? What is there about you that entices people? Why are people attracted to you? Better yet, why should people be attracted to you? Do you have anything to offer? That's what self-identity is all about. At all times, you want to make sure that you have something to offer. That's what we live for. That's what you live for. You live to give, not to take. I love referring to Jesus Christ. He came into this world to give sympathy, to give his kindness, to give his generosity, to give his love, to help people. He did miracles, he did wonderful things because he realized his self-identity. There are many other notable figures. Let's take our president, for example. He's a giving president. His whole motto was change. To change something that was into something that is now. And I can practically say, as a citizen of the United States of America, I can see this change because the world is a better place, because we're trying to make ourselves better, other people's lives better, and the world a better place here on the Living Room Network. God, thank you so much for tuning in.